Okay, you tell me they are all having how many atoms in their molecules? One atom makes one molecule, but diatomic molecules, nearly five or six examples. You tell me. See here already four were given. Another one is I2, iodine. Okay, F2, fluorine. These are all the examples of the diatomic. Triatomic, one example. Which protects our electron? Ozone. This molecule is a combination of three oxygen atoms. And tetraatomic, one example. Whatever the number which I am writing at the as a subscript, that number indicates that how many atoms are there in this molecule. And octaatomic, actually sulfur S8, how the arrangement of molecules will be there, you see here. It is resembling like a reverse crown. Crown means kiritam. Here one sulfur atom, here another sulfur, here one sulfur, here another sulfur. Total number of sulfur atoms in this molecule, you just count it. 8. So S8 molecule will be resembling like this. Like that, different molecules, they are made up of different number of atoms. Now, let us come to bond dissociation energy. We have learned exothermic and endothermic reactions also we have learned. Okay. Examples of distorted molecules now we are going to learn. Examples of distorted molecules. See, for that, let us take ammonia molecule. Please, basing on these two or three molecules only, total this chapter will run. Okay. Now let us take the example of NH3 molecule, which is what is the shape of this NH3 molecule, and how many lone pairs of electrons are there over it on the central atom. One lone pair. One lone pair. For the formation of this bond, how many electrons are needed? Two. For the formation of this bond, how many electrons? Two. Here, two. Now you tell me, is it lone pair or bond pair? And these three comes under one lone pair. One lone pair. And how many bond pairs are there? Mean three. Three bond pairs. Okay. See, there is a possibility of repulsion between bond pair and lone pair and bond pair. And another one is bond pair and bond pair. Two different types of repulsive forces are acting in this molecule. Once again, you see here, in this molecule, one is bond pair, two bond pair to, sorry, lone pair to bond pair, and then it is greater than bond pair to bond pair to bond pair. How many types of repulsive forces? Because these are all electrons only, they are possessed with a negative charge. So this electron cloud, it may extend and that influence will fall on this side and this side. So there is a repulsive force between lone pair of electrons and bond pair of electrons. This is lone pair, this is one bond pair, and this is one bond pair. It is always greater than repulsion between these two bond pairs and these two bond pairs. This is one we are supposed to learn. And one more thing is, what is the expected shape of this NH3 molecule means, like CH4, it is also expected to be in tetrahedral shape. Tetra shape. What is the bond angle means? You see, bond angle should be 109 degrees 28 minutes. 109 degrees 28 minutes for actually CH4 molecule. This also expected to be like this. But actually, how much is the bond length for this bond? Sorry. What is the shape of this NH3 molecule? Pyramidal shape. Next, bond angle is 107 degrees. Like CH4. CH4 molecule, how it is having the tetrahedral shape and the bond angle is bond angle. This is bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes for CH4. But here, actual shape of this NH3 molecule is pyramidal shape and bond angle is 107 degrees. Why it was reduced from 109 to 107? Because of the repulsive force between lone pair and bond pair is greater than bond pair to bond pair. Is it clear? This is like an electron cloud. Hmm? See, next molecule is that. That is what I did not give one molecule here. Distorted molecules means two. Two examples I am going to deal. Now let us go and deal with water molecule. Now let us deal with water molecule. What is the formula for water? H2O. And on oxygen, how many lone pairs are there? Two lone pairs of electrons. How many bond pairs are there? And you tell me this bond pair is formed due to two electrons. This also two electrons. But here the bond angle is 104 degrees 5 minutes. 31 special instruments will be there. First you listen it. You have asked that here is there any repulsive force between lone pair and lone pair? Now you tell me, Kalyani, how many varieties of repulsions will be possible in oxygen water molecule? You tell me. Yes. There is a repulsive force between lone pair and lone pair. And selfie means lone pair. How many lone pairs are there? How many bond pairs are there? Now you see what type of repulsive forces are possible means one repulsive force between these two lone pairs. Next, another force is lone pair and bond pair. Here also lone pair and bond pair. But here again another repulsive force is bond pair and bond pair. Is it clear for you? Now you see here again lone pair to lone pair repulsion is greater than lone pair to bond pair. It is greater than bond pair to bond pair. This point to be noted. Okay. Here lone pair to lone pair one kind of repulsion, and lone pair to bond pair both the sides another kind of repulsion, and bond pair to bond pair another kind of repulsion, because all are having the negative charges. Because of this, the bond angle was still reduced to 107 to 105. Actually, round figure if you take 105 in water. And what is the shape of this means? Expected shape is tetrahedron shape with 109 degrees 28 minutes. But here the shape is angular shape or V shape. It is making some angle. So angular or V shape you can say. V-shaped molecule, and with bond angle is 104 degrees 31 minutes. In certain books they have given that 104.5. In some books they have given 105 degrees. Okay, round figure they have given. Is it clear for you? These are kind disconnected molecules, and you should know about what is meant by a lone pair and what is meant by a bond pair. What type of repulsive forces are possible, that you are supposed to learn. Okay, now Now let us know about what is meant by hybridization. How many types it will be? Hybridization. It is mainly of three types: sp hybridization, sp2 hybridization, sp3 hybridization. Okay, one is sp, second one is sp2, third one is sp3. Is it clear? sp3 hybridization, one example is CH4 molecule. C2H6. This is what called as methane, and this is ethane. sp2 hybridization, if you take, we are able to find here ethene molecule C2H4 and C3H6. Next, sp hybridization. Here you are able to find it. Hmm? Ethene, or you are having ethylene, one of the phytohormone. Ethene is also called as ethylene. This is propene. Next, sp hybridization we are able to find in C2H2. This is also called as acetylene. Acetylene molecule C3H4. This is propene molecule, propine. Like that examples are given. Once again, sp3 hybridization we are able to find in methane molecule and ethane, and sp2 in ethene and propene, and sp hybridization acetylene and propine. This one is also called as ethine. This C2H2 is also called as ethine. Other name is acetylene. Industrial gas we are using it. Next year, hybridization when it is taken place. See here, when two S and P orbitals, if they come close, this is the hydrogen, this is the chlorine atom. Now tell me hydrogen, what is the electronic configuration for this hydrogen? 1s1. For chlorine, what is the electronic configuration? Now you found the number 17. 17 is the atomic number. Instead of writing the total, what you can write here? This is the 10 means it is the atomic number of which element, which inert gas. 10 is the atomic number of neon. So neon you can write instead of writing 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, neon of 3s2, 3p5. Like this also you can write. This 3 5 again, 3p5 again you can extend like this. It is a degenerate orbital. 5 electrons how to accommodate? Px 5. So how many lone pairs and how many lone electrons are there? What about this? 3s2. It is also valency shell only. No? How many lone pairs are there in chlorine now? Present in how many lone pairs? Yes. Three lone pairs, let us write like this. One lone electron which is available in pz orbital. Okay? P orbital normally it is having dumbbell shape. This is pz orbital. Will you accept it? Px or Py or Pz, they are having the dumbbell shape. You can write like this. Only one electron no, we can represent like this. Hydrogen element is also having only one electron. It will be representing like this. So when the bond is taken place between these two, there is a formation of HCl molecule. This is what s orbital combines with this p orbital. We are able to find that hybridized orbitals. Two will be formed. When two are participating, one s orbital and one p orbital are participating means definitely hybridized orbitals also two in number you are supposed to get. So like this they will be formed. Okay. Here when s orbital and s orbital when they come close, then you tell me how the hybridized orbital will be. This is one hydrogen, this is another hydrogen. When they come close with each other, what is the hybridized orbital shape? When two orbitals when they combine, the atoms of a molecule when they combine, hmm? Not dumbbell shape like this, elliptical shape somewhat, and here two electrons are the two nuclei. Okay, this is what the hybridized orbital of s and s overlap leads to this. S and S overlap, s orbital and s orbital of two hydrogen atoms, they form like this. But here s and p orbitals when they overlap with each other like this, two orbitals sp orbital, see, by the combination of this and this, one orbital will be formed like this. Then by the combination of this and this, another hybridized orbital will be formed like this. Is it clear? SS overlap you have learned, SP overlap you have learned. And in the case of F2 molecules, what overlap will be possible? Let us see. Fluorine atomic number is 9. Tell me the electronic configuration for fluorine. 2s2, 2p5. So you need to write this extension that for the degenerate orbitals, how the electrons will be. Px2, py2, pz. When F2 molecule is formed, here PZ orbital is having only one electron for one first fluorine atom. Orbital is having one electron like this. Another fluorine atom when it comes close with this electron dot system, we are showing like this. orbitals when they overlap, this is the way to show. This is the p orbital of another fluorine atom. This is one fluorine atom. This is another fluorine atom. When these two combine, see here one electron with opposite spin, when they combine, there is a chemical bond and which leads to F2 molecule, fluorine molecule. Okay, this is P and P overlapping. P and P overlapping, F2, Br2, Cl2, like that examples you can write. For S and S, what is the example I have quoted? H2 molecule. M is the only one molecule. Next, P and S and P. What is the example we have learnt? HCl, HBr, HCl already I have given. HBr, HI, like that you can write. Hydrogen iodide, hydrogen bromide, hydrogen chloride. Next, PP overlap. For that examples are what? F2 molecule, Cl2 molecule, Br2 molecule, I2 molecule. These are all PP overlap. Is it clear? Overlapping means one is coming close to the other one. Next, everywhere we are able to find whenever the hybridization is taken place. Condition one is hybridized orbitals always they form. Remember that hybridized orbitals. They form only the sigma bond. And unhybridized orbitals, they form pi bond. Unhybridized orbitals form pi bond. Okay. See, hybridized orbitals means just a few minutes back we have discussed that SS overlap and all these are all. Okay. Hybridized orbitals always they form the sigma bond, SiGMa, and this is pi bond. Next, always the center molecule. If you take NH3 molecule, center atom is the nitrogen. In the ammonia molecule, center atom is nitrogen. In water, oxygen is the center atom. Are you able to catch this point? See, when NH3 molecule is formed like this, what is the center atom means nitrogen. And in the water molecule, oxygen which is bearing two lone pair, this is the center atom. Okay. Next, another one is how the BeCl2 will be formed. BeCl2. What is Be? Beryllium. Group. Beryllium from which group? Tell me. Second group. What is the atomic number of Be? 4. 1s2, 2s2. So instead of writing 1s2, how we can able to write helium of 2s2 or 2s2. 1s2 is the electronic configuration of first inert gas helium. So helium of 2s2 you can write. But when beryllium chloride is formed, when the electrons are like this, they will not participate in chemical bonding. They should go for excited condition. This is what called ground state. This we can able to write. Next here in the L shell, S orbital alone it is there or P orbital also there, Amma? No, no. In the L shell, I am not asking about K shell. See, if it is the atom, this is the K shell, it is having only S orbital. If you take L shell, it is having S and P orbitals, both will be there. So here Px0, Py0 and Pz0. For beryllium, p orbitals are not filled with any electrons, but here when it is participating and making a new bond with chlorine, then what happens means one electron from 2s jumps to 2px1, 2px1, 2py0, 2pz0. Is it clear for you? Then only two lone electrons will be formed. Two lone electrons will be formed. Then it can make a bond with chlorine. Now let us say center atom is beryllium with two lone electrons in the excited state. Two electron, 2s1, one single electron, 2p, one single electron, it is depicted like this. And chlorine when it comes with 7 electrons, 3 lone pairs, and this forms one bond. And here, if you take another chlorine atom with 7 electrons, out of the 3 lone pairs, one lone electron, so this also forms another new bond. In this way, BeCl2 molecule will be formed and it is having linear shape. Linear, it is a linear molecule. What will be the bond angle here? 180 degrees. 180 degrees. Next, if you take CO2 molecule, bottom up, they do not have any facility to jump the electrons from here to there, no? That is what. Only it is possible in the valency electrons only they can rearrange, but not the inner electron. So only here 2 electrons, only 2s2 means that beryllium will not have the sufficient stability. But when two chlorines are coming close to that, it can give the total stability for the two chlorine atoms. When one electron from 2s it jumps to 2px1 state, then two lone electrons are formed. Each lone electron again it can participate with a bond with the chlorine atom. So BeCl2 molecule will be formed. Beryllium chloride. BeCl2 means beryllium chloride. What is this molecule? You tell me. Carbon dioxide. Carbon valency 4 with 4 bonds we have shown. Oxygen valency 2, 2 it was shown either side. So total the bond it is bond angle is 180 degrees. This is also a linear molecule. Linear. Please verify your textbook and what are the points to be discussed in the next class. We can discuss. Emma, any doubts are there? If you go through the textbook, you will get many doubts. Hmm? Now in